Hey everybody, you're listening to the Hisessions Hawaii podcast where we talk about everything local and beyond. I'm Johnny Masato, your host, and joining me today is Mr. Kyle Shimabukuro with his styling sunglasses and Devon Nekoba.
Which there's a story about it. We're going to get to it.
Yeah. Before we begin... sorry.
Why is your light on your phone?
Before we begin, let me remind our listeners of all the ways they can stay in touch with the show. There is Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all at Hisessions. You can go to SoundCloud, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts to listen to the podcast. And if you'd like to help the show get more music on the channel, you can go to patreon.com and donate. There you'll be more involved with the show, help determine who and what is filmed. No new patrons, but I just uploaded a whole bunch of stuff because I wasn't uploading all through the time I was gone.
You weren't here.
Yeah.
No, but I still was releasing stuff on YouTube.
Where were you, John?
Wait, let's get... I wanted to always ask you. It's funny. I find it interesting that he always does, hey there, but he's looking here. I think like when you point, since you're pointing at them...
Hey, everybody.
I mean, like, hey, everybody.
I don't know. I feel weird looking at the camera.
So what do you point
That's
at?
why I'm not a newscaster.
He points at the camera, and then he looks over here, and then he looks down. And I'm like, what's happening right now?
Well, that's what happens when you don't have TV training, you know? You just look wherever.
No, man, it's not a TV training. You just go, hey.
Yeah, entertainer training, though.
Yeah.
I guess.
You've been on stage in front of, like, thousands of people.
Yeah, but that's not a camera. It's different.
I guess
I remember, like, we would do the news, and in the early mornings, there's nobody there.
Yeah.
Like, when you're at 5 a.m. and stuff, and all the cameras are robotic. They just, like, move around. It is the weirdest feeling trying to play to silence and cameras.
It's true.
Silence and cameras.
There's no feedback. It's just, these cameras moving around. Anyway. Kupu Kupu Landscaping. Landscape Architects. Kevin Yokomura. 808-722-8685 for a free estimate. He actually did some work here at the Hisessions, like around the edges and stuff.
We totally saw it, Kevin. It looked amazing.
We got to take a look at that.
Yeah, we'll check it out after this. Sorry. Okay. And then you can go to kupukupulandscaping.com. Fort Ruger Market. I had Rugerlicious today because it's been a while since I've had some poke.
Yep.
So that was very good. So thank you to Fort Ruger Market. You can find Devon at Kumu 94.7 in the mornings. And you can always go to highlifeclothing.com to find Kyle.
And Kyle's got some new designs actually that are out. So you should go check those out if you get a chance.
Yeah.
Some really good stuff.
We open that at Ward now.
Yeah.
South Shore Market.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Ward.
So you can go to a physical location to get shirts.
Yeah. And,
how does that work with all of the millions of designs that you have? So there's what's there at the store.
There's what's there at the store. We do have the majority of designs online.
Yeah.
highlifeclothing.com. But at the store is the selected ones that, are regular good sellers and newer stuff there too.
I see.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it, like, you can order a computer online at Apple and then you go to Apple Store and pick it up.
Yeah.
Could you do that with a shirt? But I guess you don't really need to.
You can if you order on the highlifeclothing.com and pick it up in Kapolei at our warehouse store there.
That's okay.
Yeah, so for people with that side who doesn't want to get it shipped, they can just go to the store on that end.
Can you buy the Aloha shirts and the polos
at both stores?
At the stores
and online.
Okay.
Yep.
Make sure. Dude, seriously, you need to go get yourself one of the shirts.
Thanks.
Because they're really, really nice. I get more compliments about those shirts and the polos than just about anything else.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to hear.
People really, really like them. And, every so often I'm wearing them at the same time that someone else is wearing theirs, and it's slightly embarrassing.
You can't wear it around our friends. That's
I know.
Because the polo shirts are new. There's only so many designs, right? So there's a good chance if you're wearing them, you'll bump into.
But it's happened to me 3 times.
If you know you can see Nolan Hong.
Chances are he's going to be wearing one of them. Yeah, if it's a thing where you're wearing Aloha shirts.
Yeah.
And then, or your nephew.
Yeah.
Or at a funeral.
Yeah.
That was really embarrassing.
Yeah.
To wear an Aloha shirt and be sitting in the audience.
Oh, you weren't joking?
Yeah. Well, no, not on the dead guy. But a friend of ours, he was there with his wife. His wife's mother had passed away, and so we went to the funeral to pay respects, and he was standing in the front, like, the greeting
everybody.
And I walk in, and he looks at me from the front of the room. He looks at me and goes, "Brah," and I went, "What?" Oh, so I had to go through the front line, and yeah, he was like, "Dude, seriously? I mean, what? We're rapping for our friend."
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for matching.
Yep.
You know, I had to go to a funeral recently, and I wore kind of a shirt that had some black, but it was white as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, I think this is okay because it's not white.
I think nowadays funerals
But
are a little bit more lax.
everybody had black on.
Yeah.
I was the only person with any white
Oh,
on
really?
at all. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
and
I
that's
was
supposed to wear white at all.
was like, oh.
actually.
But you can wear other
Unless
colors
it's a
now, yeah?
Shinto funeral, maybe.
Okay, so this is my question for both of
Alright.
you.
Okay.
The times have now kind of relaxed where I see people wearing jeans to these type of events. You know,
Oh.
whether it be a
Funerals?
funeral or a wedding
Yeah.
or even a fancy dinner. But if I don't wear slacks to a funeral, my wife scolds me.
Well, yeah, because you have to.
Yeah, but is
Yeah.
that now appropriate where you can wear jeans?
No,
Like,
I mean,
some of my friends just use it as an excuse, like they got fat and they don't fit their slacks anymore, so they have to wear jeans.
Okay.
Like I heard that excuse before,
Yeah.
but now I see it more often where even in weddings they're wearing jeans. And is that something that changed?
look, I won't chastise anybody who wears jeans to a wedding or a formal event. However, you know, the whole dressing up part is a sign of respect for the event that's going on, right? And so
Yeah.
you are. That's why they have dress codes, right, for things.
Yeah, but
And
now is there a dress code that's appropriate for funeral and weddings? Is my question, I guess.
I think it's still the
it depends on your wife. Because
Yeah.
it really only matters what your wife says. So if your wife says you cannot wear shorts, you gotta wear pants, then you're gonna wear pants because
And
that's
I-
what you're supposed to be wearing.
Yeah.
And I think it
don't
depends.
I don't think your wife would care, yeah.
I don't think she would care, but at the same time, it's also like who you gotta read the event too, right? Like, I can imagine like I don't know him. I'm just bringing it just came to my like Harry Kojima, right? Dude is let's go fishing.
That
I don't
is
think
a-
the guy's ever worn slacks in his life.
Yeah.
So maybe at his thing,
Funeral,
you know, you get a lot of guys like
Yeah,
that.
but he's Japanese,
Yeah,
right?
but
So-
I'm trying to think of like versus grandma. You know, I think grandma would
yeah,
expect you
yeah.
to be
Yeah.
a little bit more proper,
I get it.
right?
I get it.
Yeah.
and we're all married, so we wear whatever our wife tells us to wear.
Yeah.
I guess
'Cause it's
so. I
just
mean,
easier.
I've been getting away with shorts and slippers at dinners now.
I know.
I went Roots Chris with shorts and slippers.
She rolls her eyes.
No,
but
she
lets
never
you
give
do
me
it.
any
She never
shit
gave you-
about it.
No way, for
so
real.
now I'm worried that maybe she just doesn't care anymore.
Oh,
how I
no.
look, how
Giving
I
up on
dress. She's even worse, right?
Well, I
Yeah.
don't know. I went to I emceed the thing for our friend Nolan, who was at the Arthritis Foundation.
Oh yeah, that was nice.
And the day of the event, I texted Nolan. I go, Nolan, what am I supposed to wear to this thing? And he goes, I don't know. So I asked them. They sent me a thing, and it said cocktail attire.
Oh.
And I went, what?
That's jacket, yeah.
What is
Like,
cocktail
what,
attire?
exactly. I was like, what the hell is cocktail attire? Because we're from Hawaii. We don't wear cocktail attire.
Yeah.
Right? So I asked Nolan, I go, what is cocktail attire? He sends me an article from Men's Health about cocktail attire.
Was it a jacket and slacks and?
Yeah, that's what they tell you. But you're in Hawaii.
Right.
Nobody
Right.
wears a jacket. Well, I mean, you wear a jacket, but you wear a jacket over an aloha shirt.
So were you the only one then?
No, I was not.
Okay.
But everybody, pretty much, I want to say 85% of the room was guys in
Aloha
just
shirt.
aloha shirts.
Yeah.
Oh.
There was no jacket at all, and they considered that fine for cocktail.
Yeah.
Now nobody was wearing jeans, but I mean, I don't know. But I found it interesting that that cocktail attire now has become, if you're in Hawaii, if you wear a nice aloha shirt. If you wear a nice aloha shirt, you're covered and you're good.
What did Nolan win in that thing?
Oh, he didn't win anything. He
Was it an award?
he has been diagnosed with arthritis. He's had
Yeah.
arthritis right for most
Yeah.
of his life, and so he's just somebody they honored as someone who's been living with
Oh.
arthritis.
Oh,
and-
okay. Because I know he won some kind of award for arthritis, and then I congratulated him, and then I hung up and I stopped it and said, "Wait a minute, I'm congratulating him for having arthritis." I don't know if that's a good thing.
It wasn't so much, and and I thought it was an award too. It wasn't so
Yeah.
much an award as it was honoring someone who has been living with and fighting the disease and
probably
prospering.
and
speaking
the way
out
he is,
about
right?
it. Yeah, because he's
Yeah.
been through a lot of stuff, and
Yeah.
I mean, for us knowing him, it's not just the arthritis thing, but it's also a food thing, and all kinds of stuff.
His whole
He's like that really sickly puppy, but he
his whole
always
attitude towards life is
Yeah.
such positive.
Yeah.
He's a good role model for
Totally,
everybody.
totally.
So
And I'm gonna get in trouble with his wife Jamie, but it was fun to talk about her and her eating preferences.
oh yeah.
And I talked about the fact that Jamie doesn't really like to experiment with food, and nobody would have known that she was there. And then out of the corner of the room, you hear, "Oh my God, Devon!"
And everybody knew that it was her.
And everybody knew it was her.
Wait, was she?
Yes, she was.
Okay, she was
yeah,
happy
yeah,
already.
Yeah, she was happy. She was
Okay.
very, very happy. But she wanted to crawl under the table. It was awesome. But the funny thing
Good job.
was, yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, it was Nolan and another young woman who were being honored, and the young woman told Nolan, "That was the best thing I've ever seen." His wife's Jamie's reaction to being called out for being picky about her food. But then at the end, they showed all the food stuff. We took pictures of all the food, obviously, because the food is beautiful. It was the Royal, and yeah, Jamie ate like a little bit of this and a little bit of that, because she just wasn't going to try anything.
Yeah.
So it was funny. Anywho,
So moving on, Kyle.
Yes.
Why are you wearing sunglasses?
Well, yesterday I was cleaning out the closet outside.
Uh-huh.
You know, when you enter the gate and then left there's that sliding door closet.
yeah.
And everything is piled on top of each other because there's a lot of shit in there.
Because that's what you do with a
Yeah,
closet.
so I was cleaning it out, trying to organize it. And I guess when I was cleaning it out, there was a hacksaw
Ooh.
on top with, hanging off a nail. So the bottom part is the heavier part, right?
Okay.
And I guess when I was reaching out to grab a box, the bottom part and the hacksaw fell from above me and hit me in the face, in my eye. But it was the butt of the hacksaw.
Well, that's good. I'm
which
glad.
is kind of heavy,
Yeah.
but it has to be in the eye. And I was like, shit. But I had to get everything done because I was in the middle of organizing. So
Okay.
I could feel it throbbing, but I wasn't paying attention. and then Sherry came home and I go, I think I'm going to have a black eye. And she goes, well, you should put ice on it. I go, did you put ice? I go, no, I was just too busy. So she got me ice and stuff, but I think it's too
See,
late.
your wife cares about you.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. But when I woke up in the morning, I was like, oh, shit. It was all, I look like Rocky. So I'm wearing...
I walked in and I was like, what happened to you?
No, so I'm not wearing glasses because I'm cool, because I'm not. I don't want to freak everybody out.
You're going to
with
show
my
them at the
black eye.
end, or are you going to...
If you guys stay to the end of this podcast while we're babbling, then you'll get a nice shot of my black eye.
I was telling Kyle that when he showed me the black eye, I'm like, certain people I'd think like, oh, did your wife punch you in the face or something? But not Kyle. I knew he hit himself in the face with something.
What dumb thing did you do?
Yeah.
You hurt yourself. Well, see, the thing was, though, you started the story with, this hacksaw. And I'm like, bro, now I cannot really make fun of you because, shit, you could have lost your eye. But like,
Yeah,
the hacksaw
yeah.
could have...
The
The
blade
hacksaw
coulda
came
hit-
up the
yeah.
wrong way. It could have been a blade, and
Yeah.
we would have been looking at you with an eye patch. So.
Yeah. Could have sawed my eye.
I know, exactly. So I'm happy that you're okay.
Yeah.
And now we can laugh.
I hate that hacksaw, though. But, yeah, it's all good.
Did you put it back where it was, or did you throw it away?
I don't know if angry, I might have thrown it away. I'm not sure. Yeah. But the closet's clean now.
Okay, that's good. Did you get a directive from your wife to?
No,
clean it
they
out,
had to adjust the PV system in my closet. They have
In
to
your
get to
closet?
they have to get to the junction box that
Oh.
was in the back, and then they told me while they were taking out all the stuff, they said, this shouldn't be covered because in case of a fire, you need to access it really fast and turn it off. Not the junction box, but the main breaker.
Oh,
So I'm like, I didn't
wait.
know that.
Time out.
What?
You have a breaker inside a closet that's
don't-
filled with shit.
You don't need to tell the whole world that, but yeah.
Well, who builds a closet over?
I don't know. The
Oh,
house
'cause
was
his
built in
his
the
house is
40s,
old, that's
man.
why.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
In the olden days, they used to put the
Even the meters in
panel
there.
inside a pantry or inside a closet
Yeah.
or something.
Really?
Yeah,
the
yeah.
meter's inside that closet
Yeah.
too.
'Cause,
But
you
they
know,
read the meter from outside now, right? They have to go in, so
they
it
got
doesn't
that
matter.
thing where they can drive.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So
But
in the olden days, it's like it's an eyesore. Let's hide it.
Yeah.
And
No
then
way,
then it became a
really?
safety thing. So now you can't put it inside a closet.
Or you can't block it, is what I
Yeah.
learned too. So they said, oh, you should leave that open just in case. I'm like, oh shit, now I gotta rearrange everything in here. Because in there is like fishing poles and old stuff, like skateboards, any kind of stuff that I don't use anymore, right?
So anything built pre 1980, probably the panel was inside a closet or something.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. Because ours is like sitting on the
That's
side of
because you
our
have a
house.
newer house.
Yeah, you have a newer house. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, don't block things with your with shit to block your breakers.
Wait, so that means you only have like half
Yeah, so
the amount of room?
that's why I was trying to fit everything in like Jenga, you know, in there, like, afterwards. I had everything out, I was trying to fit everything back in. And then
I gotta fit it. Oh shit, that's too high.
yeah, and then I was working, and the hacksaw fell on my face. So, well, what can you do, right? It all fit back in there, though.
Really?
Yeah.
With room for the thing?
I must have been super good at Tetris when I was a kid. Because I can do that stuff.
Yeah. No, you're actually quite gifted at that kind of stuff. Yeah. It's why the store's always
That
good.
and
why we have this right here that looks really nice.
Yeah. Oh, I went to a speaking of that, I went to a place in Korea.
Yeah.
And they had like this. It was a ukulele studio, and the guy had these nice shelves, and he had all these like trinkets and things that he collected over the years, pictures of him with stuff, and I'm like, man, we should do that here somewhere. I mean, we have this.
Yeah, we got that.
But even when people walk into the loading zone, you know, where we eat lunch and stuff.
The loading zone?
Yeah.
Is that what we're calling it?
You know what we should have done is get a Polaroid camera.
Oh, and just put up Polaroid.
And then they walk in, take a picture with them, and have them sign it and stick it on the wall. Like,
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can do that starting next.
Let's start it in
kind of like this guitar that we're supposed to
start
give
it in
away.
Let's start it in 24.
Yeah. Okay.
You got a Polaroid camera?
No.
Okay, how are we gonna do it then?
Well, just get a regular camera. Just print out the picture.
That would take too long. You won't do it
Oh,
instantaneously.
I see.
You know? Have them sign it, stick it on the wall.
I guess I could buy a Polaroid camera.
All right.
I'm not opposed to that.
Okay.
Again, Kyle has the idea and then looks at John and goes, John, accomplish this idea that I
This is
have.
not on my budget, man. This is a Hisessions budget.
The only thing is a Polaroid camera we'd have to put on a tripod.
Why?
Why?
How are we gonna take it with the
Take the picture of just the guest.
Just the guest?
Yes.
Or take a picture of the guest and, I don't know, them eating their food or Kyle standing with them or
Well, I'm
whatever.
always the resident photographer, so you guys can be in
or
the
standing
shot.
by the thing. By
the high session?
Yeah,
That'd be
Okay.
kind of cool.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So, John,
Yeah. So
please, since you've been holding back about Korea,
yeah.
tell us about Korea. Because all I saw were a lot of pictures of you standing in front of like normal shit that nobody would take a picture with in various states of having hair, of having stuff on your face.
You in that huge tub? Was that the hotel?
No. That was.
Were
not
you standing in that tub or were you sitting
I was
in
sitting
the
in the tub.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was a pretty big tub.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so the last couple of weeks I was in Korea. We did a little bit of a music thing that went from, we started in Seoul and we went all the way down to Busan. So if you are familiar with Korea, that's like all of Korea. Like we went all the way down from the top to the bottom. And it was a lot of fun. I'd like to thank all the people who...
And it was just you and her?
Just Herb and I, yep. Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
Hey, is this your first time being to Korea?
Yeah.
Oh,
My first time to Korea. So everyone was like super nice. We had Rebecca, who was our tour person that took us around. She was really cool. And then, we had Daniel, our translator, and then a bunch of...
How'd you do with the language stuff?
Okay. So I was telling her, I'm like, I always thought that I didn't know that much Japanese.
Okay.
But now that I went to Korea, I know a lot more Japanese than I thought I did because...
You were speaking Japanese in Korea?
No, because I know zero Korean. Like, I don't even know how to say hello in Korean.
Isn't it yoboseyo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew that.
Hey, go
See,
on.
I didn't even know that.
Okay.
So I was so lost. Like, I was very, very helpless anywhere because I learned how to say 감사합니다, which is...
What's that?
Thank you.
Okay.
Other than that, nothing. So, like, hello, goodbye, where is something, can I, anything. I was just completely helpless.
I only ask because there's I'm noticing a lot more, I notice a lot more people are going to Korea.
Yeah.
Like, where I'm seeing all these pictures of people who are going to Korea. And so I kind of wanted to ask you, like, are they equipped for people who only speak English?
Yeah, because in Japan they speak kind of
and all the
English.
like signs have
Yeah,
English and
yeah.
Japanese, and you go,
No,
okay.
it's like that in most places
Okay.
in Korea too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of the places have like they whatever is in Korean, they have a little English underneath it, and a lot of restaurants they'll have an English menu.
No, like
If
spelled
you-
correctly.
if
You're not
interesting.
eating like pond scum or something, and it's actually
No, yeah, for the most part, it's
okay.
like that. But I mean, just functionally, like I'm like, okay, and, in Japanese, I can at least count.
Yeah.
I know how to say like where's the restroom, or can I please, thank you, excuse me, right? Over there, it's like I couldn't even say like can I wanted to get change for the laundry. I'm like, I don't know how to say change. Like,
you're just holding the money.
Yeah, just,
like
yeah.
this.
And then, like Japan is easy. It's changey, right? Changey. but yeah, over there it's like I was trying to everything. So when our translators weren't around, I was just completely like. And then the other thing,
You could use your iPhone,
yeah, no, I was. That's
Yeah.
what I was doing, but it's not as.
accurate.
Immediate.
Accurate,
yeah.
And the other thing is like with Japanese, at least I know the food. So there were a few nights or a few days that I was on my own, in Korea, and I would just walk around to try to find food, and then
And take pictures next to fire hydrants.
You did.
Shit,
Yeah.
You're like, what?
yeah, well, I'll tell you about
Okay.
why I did that later.
Okay.
But there's just a lot of pictures of like bowls of soup with meat in it, and I'm like, I don't know what that is. Like it
Could
could,
sundobusta?
I don't know, and I don't even if it says like bulgogi or whatever. There's like different types of bulgogi, right? And I can't read anything, and it's not. Yeah, I guess there's not that much English, but so. If I'm like at a barbecue and we're all eating Korean barbecue, I'll try stuff or whatever, but I don't want to buy a whole bowl of something that I don't know quite what it is.
Yeah. I mean, I can see it's like a tourist coming here and go, can I go to Foodland and go, can I have a poke bowl? And they go, well, what
Which
kind
one?
poke? Which
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
Then they go, I don't know already,
Yeah.
So you don't know what kind of
even
bulgogi
like
you get.
even like there was a tonkatsu place that we ate at.
Yeah.
It's so funny. We ate at there. Herb ate there 3 times the time we were there, and so because we kept going to that tonkatsu place, when we left, the owner, she was this old Japanese lady. She gave him a hug.
Oh.
Oh, wait. Old Japanese lady.
Yeah.
There's that many Japanese in Korea?
No, but
Oh, but that lady was
That was- yeah.
Japanese. Okay.
so but anyway.
Does Herb, is he able to get around and survive in Korea with like, unlike you?
Well, he's kind of boring like me. He doesn't really do much.
No, but
so-
does he speak?
No.
more? No. Oh, so
No.
you guys both are kind of
Yeah,
hopeless without.
yeah.
Yeah, wait. So why were you traipsing around by yourself and her just sort of like the two of you just wandering around in Korea?
Well, I mean, our host was very, they did take us out a lot.
By
to
the way,
eat and
you
stuff.
also are not wearing your headphones. Are you sure we're sounding okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay.
I can visually see it. Today.
Okay. Just making sure, because
Yeah.
I know you worry.
No.
Okay.
No,
Camera
they
on?
took, but they're not gonna they're not gonna be there every day at every time, right? So if
Yeah.
you want to go out and get something, the other thing I was telling Stace was there's a 7-Eleven like near the hotel that I kept going to, and they have a 7-Eleven theme song in Korea that sounds like a K-pop song.
Really?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like the 7-Eleven Hawaii one.
It goes da 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 7-Eleven. That's how because I can hear it, right? But it's on loop, 24 hours a day, and that's
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
how
That
do
would
people not
drive
go
me insane.
insane just with
Yeah.
this like song just
When you're working
playing
there, it's just like, oh my
over
God.
and over
Yeah, but
and over again.
they do that in Japan too, man.
Oh yeah.
Like when you walk into anywhere, you hear and then it's like, and you go, okay, and then for 20 minutes here, it's the same thing over and over. Like
was
it
like,
drives me nuts.
Why don't
bro.
they get? I mean, it's 7-Eleven. They have money. Why don't they get a few songs or something so they at least
I
have
think
a
at a certain
playlist?
time they figure, yeah, it's going to just fade into the background. You're not going to notice it anymore.
No, I
Sure
notice
hope
it
so,
because it
but-
just keeps playing over and over, bro.
So give us 3 takeaways
Well-
for people that are going to go to
to
Korea.
Korea?
3 takeaways, things that they need to keep in mind when they go to Korea. One apparently is learn some Korean before you go.
Yeah, that'll help a lot.
Okay.
I can say with confidence that I was a little scared about the food because I don't eat Korean food too much other than like kimchi too and stuff like that. Kimchi too, shout out to you guys, like my favorite restaurant in the world. But everything was really good. All the food was really good. I didn't have anything that was like, oh, I don't really care for this or whatever. Everything was.
Was it all spicy?
Most of it was spicy.
Oh, you had the beady then in the morning.
And then no, actually it was okay. My stomach
good,
was a bit ahead. We went to this place that we were in. Jeonju is this city, and so there was a ukulele player that lives there, professional ukulele player. So he took us to a bibimbap restaurant.
Nice. Okay.
And the lady he was telling us is one of 3 bibimbap masters of the there's these certified masters of bibimbap. Yes.
Okay.
Really?
And I took a picture. There's a certificate and everything.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was very good. So
why is she a master? I don't understand.
So they have in the when you walk in the lobby. So there's a downstairs and you go upstairs to eat. There's this huge bowl, the size of that tub.
Okay.
That I was sitting in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she made bibimbap in that to feed 1,000 people.
Wow, that's a lot of meat.
Yeah. So she has all these world records and stuff like that. And so that was pretty cool.
You know the one thing they don't have in Korea that should have, but no more? John?
I don't know.
Meet Jun.
Oh, because that's an American thing.
They have stuff like that. They just don't call it meetjun.
What is it called then?
I don't know. But when we ate Korean barbecue, we had meat with egg,
the egg batter, but just
so they do have meat Jun. It's just called something different.
Yeah, maybe, I guess.
Just like the kind, the manapuas, right? Manapua is chashu bao. You just don't call it manapua. If you go to China and you ask for a chashu bao, they look at you like you're crazy.
No, if you ask for manapua, I mean.
Manapua. Sorry. If you ask for a manapua, they're gonna look at you like you're crazy. Okay, wait. That was one. Food. 2.
So the second thing is we drove most of the time, and once you get around Seoul, you're just always in traffic. So just know, wherever you're going, if you're driving, it's going to take you a lot longer to get to where you are going than you think. Because even though we had the Apple Maps and stuff like that, even though you're in traffic, here on Apple Maps, if it's slow, it turns red, orange, and red. It stays blue. So it doesn't show that it's slow, but then you get there and it's slow. So what happened was we drove all the way down to Busan, and then they drove the car back in one day back to Seoul. It was a 7-hour drive.
Damn.
Oh my gosh.
And
as long as your plane ride there.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
wow.
That's crazy.
How do I think about it? Yeah, so I don't. It's my fault, but I don't ask any questions before I go on these trips. I just get on the plane, and when I get there, I'm like, so what are we doing? And then so I got there, and they're like, I saw the schedule. I'm like, wait, how are we gonna get from Busan back to Seoul? And they're like, oh, we're gonna drive. And I'm like, drive? How long is that gonna take? They're like, oh, 7-hour drive. So the whole trip, I'm just dreading this 7-hour drive.
Yeah, I would.
I get car sick.
Yeah.
Right? So
and
already
you get cold.
Yeah.
And were you riding with Herb? Was that?
Yeah. So it was. We had a van. It was full of equipment and stuff, and
for 7 hours.
Okay, but so we're driving to Busan from the place we were before. I can't remember the name of it, but that was a 2.5-hour drive because we kind of made our way down, all the way to. So it wasn't like that going down. It was 7 hours because we kept stopping in different cities. And then on the last day, we had an extra guy with us, this guy Daniel, who was our translator, super nice guy. And I don't think he was supposed to come all the way down to Busan, but he did. And so on the way down, they're like, oh, since Daniel's with us, John, do you want to catch a flight back to Seoul? And then with because Daniel can take you.
Oh.
And then we'll drive the car back.
With Herb in the car?
Yeah, with Herb. And I was like, hell yeah. I had totally rather fly back.
You made Herb ride the car back?
That was up to him. He could have flown with us too, but he decided to stay with the management and drive back in the car.
Herb, I love you, but you nuts, dude.
Well,
yeah.
you think Herb felt obligated because that was his?
Maybe, I don't know. So they left at 9:30 that morning, and then I left the hotel at 11 o'clock that morning to fly back.
Yeah. You still beat them there.
I got to my hotel at 3:30 or 4:30.
Yeah.
And they ended up at the hotel at 9:30 at night. It took them 12 hours.
That's when you have the free time by yourself.
Yeah. So yeah,
that's crazy.
Because they stopped, right? It wasn't just it's a 7-hour drive, but they stopped and they did touristy things and
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe that's why Herb went, because he wanted to do the touristy
Yeah,
things.
maybe.
And you were like, no.
Yeah,
I'm good. Just
I'm
get
like,
me back
dude.
to
Yeah, just get me back to the hotel and
Wow, 12-hour drive. I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Even LA to Seattle is not that long.
yeah. I mean, I've done Arizona to San Diego,
Mhm.
which is a 7-hour drive, but I was driving,
Yeah.
so it didn't feel that bad.
We did the kind like from Long Beach to Mammoth Mountain.
Hmm.
That's a long drive.
I did one Spokane to LA, and I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We almost did actually, because we had black ice. But okay.
Oh.
So wait.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, the traveling, and then
So
did
there
you have
is
to-
traffic. Other than that, I don't have nothing weird I mean, it was really nice.
Would you go back to vacation with your family?
I would go back to Korea after this. I wasn't really interested in going to Korea, to
Yeah.
be honest, but after this, I'd be very comfortable going.
Oh,
Okay.
Interesting.
And also, did you bring me back a toy? Or?
I didn't bring you back. I'm sorry, anything.
Just kidding.
It was funny because the one time I did go, so my friend Kenny, who I think you guys know,
yeah. Kenny,
Listen. lives up there,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and
yeah.
so
Why was Kenny there?
he lived there
He lives there now. He's been
Really?
up there 20 years.
long time.
Oh.
So the only day
that's
I had one day off, and then so I'm like, hey Kenny, let's yeah, why don't you meet me at the
hell
shopping
yeah.
mall down the way? So we went to the shopping mall, walked around for about 10 minutes, and I'm like, hey, let's get lunch. And he goes, well, you don't want to eat at the mall. I was like, why not? He's like, you're not gonna get good Korean food at the mall. So then we left and went to get Korean barbecue.
You
But
think
the-
in Korea you get good Korean food?
I know. Yeah. Anywhere you go, because
Yeah.
it's made by Korean people.
I
isn't
guess
it?
not. Yeah.
Well, he said you're gonna get the
Commercialized
McDonald's, yeah,
stuff.
the
Yeah.
McDonald's version.
I get it.
And in the back of my mind, I was kind of like,
That's what I
that's
want.
what I kind of want. I have been eating.
Is there a
Yeah.
McDonald's here or
Yeah.
somewhere?
Yeah, I have been eating like really like we're in different cities, so we're eating in pockets of places.
You know what's hilarious? Like, not hilarious, but what I realized is in Hawaii, and I guess even in the mainland, you can go, what do you feel like eating tonight? And you can go Italian, you can go Japanese,
right.
you can go all this different stuff. But in Korea, what do you
No,
do?
they have
They have
different things.
I mean, they have McDonald's and
They have
all the
McDonald's and
stores,
Subway
so-
and Baskin and Robbins
Yeah.
and stuff like that. They actually have really good pizza.
Oh, really?
What?
So yeah, there was a okay. So at night, the last 2 nights I was off. We didn't have any shows or anything. So I just stayed in the hotel, and the managers weren't there. So it's kind of on my own for dinner.
Yeah.
So it's 27 degrees outside, you know. so I basically,
Yeah. Oh, did you have enough jackets? Were you okay?
dude, I had my heat tech, I had my shirt, and then I would wear a jacket. I had heat tech underneath my pants, and I was still cold. So I had like warmers that you like snap and they turn warm. I put them
Yeah.
in my pockets,
Jeez.
and then I would sprint out to try to get food. So I just would basically run out. I must have looked like an idiot because I'm just running down the
no
street.
hat for your head or anything?
No hat. I'm just
Oh,
kind of
boy.
looking in the window like, and I don't see anything. I run to the next,
Was Herb dressed like that too?
No, Herb was just a jacket. He just had a jacket.
He's nuts.
Yeah.
Anyway, so pizza.
But yeah, so then I saw a pizza place. I'm like, okay, I know what that is, right? So I
Yeah.
went to eat pizza, and then it was so funny because there was a young girl working, and then she's like, oh, can I help you? And I'm like, oh, you speak English, like, and she's like, oh yeah. I was like, oh, where are you from? She's like, I'm from Oklahoma.
Wow.
It's a Korean girl from Oklahoma.
Oh,
And
interesting.
for some reason, she knew that you weren't Korean.
I can
Oh,
imagine
yeah.
that.
Understand
Yeah.
English.
Looking at it.
I think just
yeah.
looking at me, you could tell I wasn't,
Because that big
Yeah.
wide eye you had when you're standing
Yeah.
there and stuff.
And then then I ordered my pizza, and they're like, "Oh, it's gonna be 15 minutes." I'm like, "Can I wait in here?" I'm like, "I'm not gonna survive outside." They're like, "Yeah, you can stand right there." So I just stood inside.
Oh, so it wasn't a sit down place. You ordered the
no,
food
yeah,
and
and you
take
just
it out?
left, yeah. But it was really good.
You have
Okay,
to-
what
that-
was good about it?
It just had a different flavor to it. I don't know, but
What kind of
then-
pizza did you order?
just a pepperoni pizza.
Okay.
Yeah,
But was it the crust? Was it
and they do the cheesy filled crust there
Mm.
a lot. Yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah, it was good.
Okay.
I do have something to say about the flight though. I
Okay.
want you guys' thought on this.
Okay. And you
Okay.
flew on
Asiana.
that's the budget one, right?
I think it's a budget
Yeah.
airline.
That's not the airlines that was on Lost.
No.
Oh.
Okay, I wonder
I don't think that
because
yeah, they
they're not the
wouldn't
only
survive.
ones who do this. But I had two thoughts as I was flying. One is, so nowadays what they do is when they prep the plane, they take your seatbelts and they cross them, and they make like an X on the seat with the seatbelts.
Okay.
Have you seen that before?
No.
No.
I found that a lot lately. That the airlines do that. They make this X with the seatbelts.
Because
I'm assuming it's for aesthetic purposes because it looks more like it's been prepped, you know?
Oh, before you put it on.
Before, like when you get to on the plane, they're all like X.
Oh, okay. I thought they put it on you and then you had a big X across.
No.
your chest.
No. Yeah.
I was gonna say because you're skinny and they might be worried you might slip out, you know?
Yeah. So when you get to your seat, the thing is in an X.
Okay.
But the part that irritates me is you're trying to get your bag up in the thing, and you know I have my iPad and my headphones because I'm taking stuff out and then you're trying to fiddle with those seatbelts because now you can't just sit down on the seat. You have to open up the X in order to sit down. So
maybe that's their way of securing everybody that they know they're wearing their seatbelt. They have to check because you can't sit on the X. You gotta unbuckle.
Right,
it.
that's right. No, it's not buckled. It's just laid across each other.
Yeah.
But you gotta stop that, airlines, please. Because it's hard to sit down when you have this thing that's crossed and you gotta unfold it before you get into your seat.
What would you have them do?
Just leave them straight. You know, just like
so you can sit your cola in between.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that's the way of checking the seatbelts and making sure that it's secured and working function and cross it over when they do the checking in the plane.
He doesn't really care.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. Not to do that.
Why do it? It doesn't make any sense.
There must be a reason, and I'm sure somebody knows. So please email
they're
John.
They're probably crisscrossing it because that way, when you sit down on it, it's uncomfortable, and you have to take it off and you have to put it on. Because if they put it on either side of you,
you're gonna forget to put it on.
You can forget to put it on because you're gonna have all your shit.
But they already come down and they check everybody anyway.
Yeah, but still, it's an extra added level of and plus too, if you have them sitting out. Right, because I've been on the con where the
other guy uses
like
it.
that. Yeah, the other person uses it. The people using the wrong one. Because that's why I know,
that makes some sense.
Yeah, because otherwise because I've done that before. Right? I think we all have. You grab the wrong one, and you go,
no, just you.
Shit. No, everybody.
The other thing is, when you guys travel, what do you take as a carry-on?
Usually my backpack.
Yeah, backpack or a duffel.
I don't understand people who they have like literally a full suitcase.
Yeah,
they're rolling it.
Yeah,
and it barely fits. Like, what is in that?
They don't want to wait at the baggage claim. That's all. They just want to get off.
They might be making a short trip. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I mean, granted,
a 9-hour flight, short trip.
Where do you put your guitar?
I just ship it through luggage.
Wow,
you're brave,
I thought everybody
man.
brings it.
Yeah, everybody. I used to be like that with my guitar before, but then now I have my cheapy guitar that I just take. So if it gets damaged, it's cool.
And just buy one in Korea and then.
Yeah.
Speaking of guitars, I saw Holly yesterday.
Oh yeah.
At Easy Music Center.
You did?
And he's like, I'm like, hey, what's up? What are you doing? He goes, bought this guitar in Japan. I went, what? And he said, I guess there's some place in Japan where it's all just like music shops and stuff.
Probably.
Oh yeah, yes.
And it's all guitars.
Yes.
You should never go there.
I would never go there. I'll go home with guitars.
Because he goes, I was there and, well, I had a gig that was coming up and I needed a good hollow body jazz guitar. And I have a jazz guitar, but it's not a hollow body, like a true hollow body. Like I could hear the way he was justifying
the rationality.
Trying to make sense of it.
It was a beautiful guitar, just a beautiful. It looked like I don't know, like a Rickenbacker almost. But it's just funny because I went to Japan to buy a guitar, and then I had to come back to Easy Music so I can buy, because he had to buy something to put the thing in. Then he had to buy the tuner, and he had to buy. He goes, I had to buy all this other stuff for the guitar.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's a true musician talking. Like,
yeah.
I could have just...
No, he's just rationalizing is what he's doing.
Yeah.
So if you ever get together with a musician, this is what you're in for. They're going to rationalize, because he has, I don't know, like 20 guitars probably.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, yeah, but, this one different because I can do this and I can do this with it.
I just seen on Facebook Marketplace today. Kelly Boy is selling a Taylor custom.
Oh, really?
Super nice. I saw the picture of it, like, that's a nice guitar. And then it was for sale by Kelly Boy. I was like, what? Apparently he bought it and he never uses it because it's too nice to go take to the the salt air and all that. But it's a Taylor. It's $5,000.
Oh.
So I was gonna text it to you so you can get it. Then I realized you ain't spending
Yeah,
that
I'm
kind
not
of money
gonna buy
on
a $5,000 guitar.
Yeah,
Yeah, no way, man.
but it's a beautiful guitar,
Who was
man.
the one who spent $25,000 on his guitar?
Bobby.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Bobby.
Oh, the other thing that I'll say about Korea, they need to step up their 7-Eleven game. The sandwiches and the musubis, Japan got them beat. Yeah,
How come?
just what they have,
The
diversity and the flavor and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Other
Than that, Korea's got good food.
I was watching the Ordinary Adventures couple. I don't know if you ever seen them on YouTube.
No.
A Howley couple that they travel all over the place and do all these videos. But they came here to Hawaii,
Oh, okay.
did a video. They were super blown away by our 7-Eleven because our 7-Eleven is owned by a Japanese
Right.
conglomerate. So
Right.
Our 7-Eleven kicks ass over all of the
Oh, yeah,
other,
for
right?
sure.
All the other ones on the mainland. And then they went to Japan recently. And they went into a 7-Eleven and they were like, "This is amazing! Oh my god!" And they were just eating, like those sandwiches with the special bread with the strawberry and a kiwi fruit or something inside. And they're like, "These are amazing!"
But there's Lawson's too in Japan.
Yeah,
that
and
competes
Lawson's
head
is
on.
amazing too. Yeah. So, but it was interesting because they were talking about the same thing, and they said we only taste food like this in the 7-Eleven in Japan and in Hawaii. And I was like, there you go.
Let's go back to this question I have about Manapua.
Okay.
Because you talked about char siu bao and Manapua, right?
Yeah.
So char siu bao is actually the correct way of describing something
Yes.
like a Manapua.
Right.
But Manapua was made up here locally by
Yep.
plantation, I think,
Yep.
right? But is that a Hawaiian name, Manapua?
No, it's two things together. I think
Because
it's
if it was a Hawaiian name, it would be Manapua'a, right? Like
no, but
power
they
pig,
just cut off
power
the
pork
A.
or whatever, right?
No, but they just cut off the A. The pua is supposed to be the
Like a flour?
bread. No, it's supposed to be the pig. But you got to remember, right?
They cut off the other A then.
Yeah, because way back when, right? It was done, and I don't know for sure. I don't know the history of the thing, but when people grew up in the plantations, like my dad folks, right? You had all these different.
So you think it was Manapua'a?
Nah, I don't know. But there's a lot of words on the plantation that
We're kind of put together
that were
and
put
mixed
together
up,
by
yeah.
by different stuff because that way it just made it easier for people to know.
Interesting.
I mean, that's why I always thought Benjol was some sort of different word.
I thought it was Japanese, but
Yeah.
it's not, right?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's interesting. There's all these
And you know
words
what?
that
I
we-
think
we
even like
grew up with.
shishi like that, right?
Yeah.
That's like
And shishi's lion.
yeah,
Japanese?
but in Hawaii it's a different.
But shishi means pea
Eh,
over here.
but
so.
shishi don't mean anything anywhere else, right?
No.
Like
No.
it doesn't mean
Yeah, when you go to
shishi
if you go to
in
school
Hawaii.
on the mainland or something, you go, I gotta go shishi. They'll
Yeah.
be like, where do you have to go?
yeah.
Yeah. Have you guys been to Korea?
No.
I never had a desire to go.
Yeah. I mean, it's very much like Japan. Just the food is a little.
But if I had to
different.
choose, I would choose Japan.
Yeah.
Because I just never,
Yeah, just used to and
My
from
wife wants to
Yeah.
go because BTS.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I was. Oh,
I think that's what made the buzz. Everybody going there, right? Because of the
someone was asking me about BTS. Was there a lot of K-pop stuff up there? And there
There
isn't as much as you would think. Like you see that they're promoting, food and stuff like that. But
I wonder if BTS is even big in Korea as opposed to
they're
how
huge.
big it is in
No,
the US.
They're huge.
It's huge.
Worldwide, they're huge.
Oh.
That whole ecosystem that they've created about that stuff is gigantic. I mean, that's why you get a different group coming out every week.
One of the nights I'm at the hotel, I'm just flipping through the stations, right? And then there's this guy talking. It looks like an American Idol kind of thing. But then the sign says, Women Fighter 2. I thought, ooh, we're going to have some women punching each other in the face, like this is going to be awesome. But it was a K-pop like competition.
Oh, was it
like-
good though?
I don't know. Once I found that out, I changed channel.
Okay.
And there was nothing in English that you could watch, right? So you turn on the TV, it's just Korean show. after Korean show.
So
Or did you get to watch Friends in Korean?
dude, they had like 260 channels.
Wow.
So I just kept flipping and flipping and flipping. There was a couple of channels that ran English movies in English with Korean subtitles.
You said you saw what movie?
I saw Kindergarten Cop,
Kindergarten.
and then I was watching The Italian
so they're only
Job.
40 years old.
Yeah.
40 years.
No, The Italian Job.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
that
one.
was on.
Oh, okay.
So you
Even,
know,
dude, even that came out in the 90s.
Yeah, that's a long
no,
time.
that came out in 2000 something.
No, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Either way, it's almost 15 years old.
Yeah, yeah.
Longer than 15 years
Yeah.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I would look it up, but I can't because Kyle took my phone.
I kicked it under the table.
Yeah. So there was a lot. Oh, and then like there's so many shopping channels, just like QVC type.
Yeah.
So many of those, and then a lot of those, and a lot of channels were just similar to Japan, where it's just like the variety shows.
So what did you bring back for your family?
Well, my daughter wanted Sunny Angels, which is a doll.
Okay.
Okay.
You couldn't get on eBay.
You can probably get it on eBay. I don't know. So I brought back some of those, and that's it.
What do you mean some of those?
They're like $10 for one, so I bought a few.
What is it? It's
It's just a little doll that's like maybe 3 inches tall.
Uh-huh.
They have ones that are just dolls that just stand up.
Yeah.
And it's a little naked baby that has different hats on.
The baby's
What?
naked?
Yeah. and then there's like some that clip to your phone.
The naked baby you clipped to your phone?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so weird, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a thing right now. I don't know what it.
How did she? I guess she just learned from watching BTS.
Yeah, I guess. So when we were in Japan, we bought a bunch.
Yeah.
Wait, so it's in Japan and it's in Korea?
Yep.
You know what?
They're called Sunny Angels.
Yep.
Dude, give me my phone so I can look this
No,
up.
you look it up after. It's
on.
gonna be done pretty soon.
Nah.
But you know what? Our friend did. I don't like out him though. When we went on our Alaskan cruise,
Yeah.
you know, you go Alaskan cruise, you go to like Saskatchewan or Juneau, or wherever, and you buy omiyage for your work
Yeah.
friends. Brother went pre-trip on eBay and Amazon to buy Alaskan stuff, so he can give it when he gets home.
That's actually not a bad
That's
idea.
a smart
It's a
idea.
smart
That's a really
idea.
smart idea. Yeah.
Because half the reason why I don't buy stuff, I don't want to carry it back.
Yeah, so that's what he
Yeah.
did.
Because especially Herb
Or
goes,
he or she did.
It's okay.
because
You didn't mention his name.
Yeah.
Herb before the trip he goes, hey, we all got to fit in one van, so pack lighter. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I just had my guitar.
Yeah.
Because my guitar counts as luggage already,
You can
right?
shove stuff in the case though.
A little bit,
goodies and-
yeah. And then so I tried to fit everything in one small suitcase.
Oh, which
That's
is why you
all
were
I-
washing clothes.
Yeah. Well, no, I always okay. Whenever I travel, I take the amount of days, I divide it in half, subtract a day, and then that's how many clothes I
Underwear you bring?
just sets
Really?
of clothes. Yeah.
You know, I always for some reason, ever since I was traveling
Yeah.
on my own, I always cannot bring the exact amount of beverages. I gotta bring extra.
Yeah.
'Cause
Exactly.
I just think in my head, what if
Dude.
something happened? I'm one
No,
beverage shot.
and then I always just wash my clothes at
Oh.
like so this trip I even brought less because I was gone for 13 days, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
only
yeah.
brought 3 change of clothes.
What?
I had one friend, we went camperman in college.
Yeah.
He forgot to pack beverages. He wore his beverages inside out every day. Every other time. For like 3 days. That's so gross.
Yeah. So every other day I was doing laundry.
That's humbug though.
Except the last place that, for some reason, that hotel didn't have a laundry thing, so I was kind of like wearing the same clothes.
Oh.
But
Like bibbities and everything?
nobody knew.
Well, we know now.
That's gross, John.
And what was with the growing of the mustache and the beard thing? What was happening?
That's just a couple of like I shaved my face once, and then I was gonna shave my face again, and I kind of missed my day, and then
Missed your day.
yeah, I only shave my
What?
face once a week.
You missed your day.
Yeah.
What
So
are
then
you,
after that, I was kind of on. I'm
what are
like,
you, Sheldon from Big Bang Theory? There is shaving day.
yeah, exactly. So then I was like, I guess I can just make it. And then the last 2 days we didn't have any shows, so I was like,
I mean, you look cool. It was interesting to see you with the whole beard. Action.
Speaking of you and Scruffy, Squid Games is coming back with their second
Oh,
season.
yeah.
Oh, is it when?
You know, I
don't
kinda-
I saw a teaser or something.
I'm
Although
not-
Blue-Eyed Samurai is very good too.
Oh yeah.
I'm not too excited about them doing a second. I feel like it was so good.
They might jump the shark.
Just leave. Yes.
Oh, no, but he
Yeah.
was trying to go rescue those people.
Yeah.
Or he's trying to break up the thing.
You can't continue easily.
I guess. I'm just...
Didn't he get arrested for DUI or something too? I forgot
Not in the
the
game.
main actor.
Oh, in real life.
In real life.
Oh,
Yeah, in real life.
I don't know.
Oh, also, were there a lot of tourists when you were there, or was it? Because, dude, seriously, it seems like everybody we know is going to Korea.
I don't know. Because where we stayed the most is a place called Goyang, which is a brand new, like, if you Google Earth it right now, there's nothing there.
Wow.
But if you physically go there, it's like a whole city. Like, they built it in like 5 years. And, so it was outside of Seoul. So it wasn't really. And
were people as receptive to the ukulele, guitar, Hawaiian music thing as they are in Japan?
Okay.
In Japan, they're just rapid,
yeah, so
right?
so this is the interesting thing about Korea and how it pertains to the ukulele. So the things we were doing were mostly tied to existing. So the people that were coming to see us or interact with us were already into the ukulele, trying to learn the ukulele, and whatever. So we didn't perform for the public. All the shows were closed, private shows. So I couldn't tell you how the public would normally see ukulele, but the difference between Korea and Japan, from what I gather, is that there's people who play the ukulele in Korea, but they're usually people who play the guitar and then stumble into the ukulele or find the ukulele or something and just kind of find it as a fun instrument.
Like an alternate
to play. Yeah. And so what you get in Korea is people who really enjoy the ukulele and want to learn, styles and playmates, but they're not into Hawaiian music.
So that's interesting. So what are they playing? What kind of music playing?
Korean
music with ukulele?
No, they there's like pop tunes and stuff like that. And
so you and her were playing pop?
Well, no, we play what we normally play.
So Hawaiian music over there is not as important as just the ukulele sound.
Right. Versus like Japan has really fallen in love with Hawaii and Hawaiian culture.
Yes.
And then part of Hawaiian culture is playing the ukulele, so that fits into all of that, and that's why people...
And the hula.
And the hula and all that stuff.
Whereas they're not quite there yet. But
interesting.
But I think
there is a contingent of that in Korea. Like, there's people that do hula, like Rebecca, who was our guide, danced hula, and she danced a couple of notes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's good to see. Like, there's halaus out there.
Yeah, so there are halal there, but it's just not as prevalent as Japan is from people who just love Hawaii and the Hawaiian. Yeah, the whole enchilada. Like, these are just people who just like ukulele, And so they're not familiar, like, you can say like, oh, hi'ilave in Japan, and people are like, oh, hi'ilave. They all know hi'ilave.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Korea, they don't know hi'ilave.
Interesting.
They wouldn't know what that is. But if you like, we play a version of Every Breath You Take on the ukulele, and everybody knows that song.
So do you think that the people that watch you guys there didn't come because you're Hawaiian entertainers, but just practitioners of that instrument?
Yeah, I think they came because they Herb is like a ukulele master, and they want to see what
it's like to watch somebody.
Someone who's
proficient.
Hawaii
wasn't the reason, the draw.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily. I mean, maybe they promote it as like this ukulele master from Hawaii, and that's where the ukulele is from, even though it's not really from there. But you know what I mean, like, and so that's why they come.
And did he teach?
He did workshops
and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, again.
Cool.
Again.
He didn't do that this time though. With them, he would go like. Okay, he'd go through a section, and then he would go like, okay, you have 1 minute and 37 seconds to practice. And then he'd just like stand on the side.
What were you doing?
Playing video games on my phone. Because I had to go, right? Because I have to play with him after the workshop, but so they can't just leave me at the hotel, but I don't have anything to do, so.
Wow. Yeah. Should figure out a way to play Fortnite on your phone.
No, I got my Clash Royale. But
we have 5 minutes left before an hour of the podcast is done.
Oh.
But I talked to John about this subject when we were eating lunch.
Let's see what Devon's thoughts on this are.
Kind of just, not in depth, because I wanted to save it for the podcast.
Okay.
So I was working one night, or one early evening.
It's not a ghost story thing, is it?
No, at home.
Right.
And then I have my TV on, because you can get Spectrum on your monitor, right?
Yeah.
You're start watching it. Yeah. And then it said, Country Music Awards 2023. I'm like, oh.
2003.
23.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, well, I'll watch a part of this because I hear it's a big thing. Because, country music's huge, right? But I'm not a country music fan.
No,
But I'm like, okay, let's see if I'll like this country music
Yeah.
thing. I'll listen to it. So I had it on, I was working, and then they introduced the first award, and I think it was, within the first 20 minutes, Song of the Year was Tracy Chapman,
Fast Car.
Fast Car. And Single of the Year was Tracy Chapman, Fast Car. And
Sung by somebody else. though.
sung by somebody else.
Okay.
I don't know how well known this guy is. He could be super well known.
I think he's pretty well known.
Couldn't be a newcomer. I'm not sure if he's one of those.
If I had my phone, I could check and
But
see.
you know your phone. So anyway, I was kind of bummed that I really didn't get to see what country music was about because I know that song Fast Car,
Okay.
and the rendition of it was very similar to what Tracy Chapman did.
Yeah, I've heard it. It's very similar.
And it won Song of the Year and Single of the Year. So I'm like, what happened to country music?
What do you mean?
Like, I always look to country music as being innovating and new and fresh. And even Achy Breaky Heart was an original country music song that I knew.
I think Kyle's point is that how can Song of the Year be a song that's just
Came out
a
40 years
cover?
ago?
Yeah.
35 years ago by Tracy Chapman.
Yeah.
In a genre that she never intended for. 'Cause
Well,
I don't think
actually,
it's
if
more of
you-
a rhythm and blues song, right? I would
No,
think.
if you
So
listen
how would you
to-
judge that song?
If you listen to that song and the riff when it started, right? It was basically a guitar picking.
Yeah, but it
But
wasn't like.
Well, no, I mean but that's why you add in a steel guitar, and I mean that was always
this guy's
the thing.
version is not that way either.
No, because
It's-
but it's what Justin was saying, right? Justin was saying that the way that music is going now, a lot of artists are becoming country artists because country is kind of the only place now where as a singer-songwriter you can do work.
Yeah, so wouldn't that be like if you were a singer-songwriter,
Yeah.
you write all your original stuff, and then Song of the Year is something that was written 35 years ago that someone just covered.
You know what? A great song is a great song, man.
I just was, I guess for my first taste of trying to get into it, it wasn't really a
It
good.
soured you on the whole thing.
Soured you on the whole thing, right? It's like when I was watching Glee and everybody's like, all like, you gotta watch Glee, and then they did like Journey's "Don't Stop Believing." I'm like, don't do that.
Well, I mean,
He was an old Kyle.
I look at it a little bit differently in the sense that I'm happy that people are finding this music because Fast Car, the version we appreciate, right, came out
35 years ago.
40 years
Yeah.
ago, right? So in that time, all this other music and all this other stuff that's sort of, I'll be honest, it's kind of like bullshit music, has come and gone, right? But at the end, somebody finds it again and goes, "Oh, wow, that's actually really cool." You know what I mean? Like all the TikTok stuff the kids are working.
I mean,
like,
I
you got "Best of My Love" from the Emotions that comes out.
Yeah.
That song is awesome. It kicks ass. And they took the exact riff and just put it onto another song. And they've been doing that now for since
It's 30
TikTok
years.
started. No, I mean since TikTok
TikTok.
started.
Oh.
They've been taking that, and people are remarking that when the kids do their TikToks, they're not doing TikToks of a Justin Bieber song. They're doing TikToks of a Earth, Wind and Fire song or Emotions song. I mean, they'll at some point in time, hopefully, they'll dip back and do a Beatles song.
Well, it
or
started
they'll
with
do a-
Fortnite, right? And all these other
Yeah.
video games that
Oh,
introduced
yeah.
the old school stuff as part of the even with Nintendo and that rock guitar.
Yeah.
thing, it
Yeah.
brought out Motley Crue back, Aerosmith back. But I'm just worried about. Well, I'm not worried. I'm just curious to see about innovating something new now in that genre. If everybody's gonna say I can do a cover and win this award.
Nah, I don't.
It'll happen. But I mean, that's the thing, right? Even country now, there's all these different styles. There's like a roots country. There's a
Yeah.
pop country. There's a harder edge country. So, and that's just how music has started to diverge.
And,
right?
and John pointed out, and I've also done research. There's a lot of award shows under different genres, whether it be rock, country, R&B, or rap, whatever, that has taken an old song that was popular, redone it in their way, and won Song of the Year or Album of the Year as that being one of the most popular songs. But for me, I think country music for me, as far as I knew to the extent which I'm not educated in, I thought it was the epitome of uniqueness for America and our kind of music that is the one that started everything, like a different sound, a different root, something totally unique. And to see it in this aspect really kind of made me take a step back and see things differently now.
I think if it keeps happening, then it would be something. But every once in a while, something comes back and it's becomes part of the zeitgeist.
I'm just happy because if it got popular, that means Tracy Chapman made a whole shit ton of money.
Oh, I'm totally
and that
stoked
was
for her,
from 40 years ago. Because look at the kind, Kate Bush with
Running Up the Hill,
Stranger Things. She was featured on Stranger Things.
But then that was Kate Bush singing Kate Bush.
Yeah. But still, you know what I mean? Like, nobody knew, people didn't know the song existed.
Good
and
for
then they
her,
brought
right?
it back.
That's awesome. But
and she owns the rights to the song. And for somebody like Tracy Chapman, obviously, she owns the rights to the song. She has the publishing rights.
Oh,
she gets the money.
She won that award.
Yeah.
They mentioned her for that. Yeah. I think it was Song of the Year. They mentioned her as the.
And that's great.
And that's great. That's awesome. I'm super stoked for her. But I'm just. It's just an interesting thing to witness.
Now I gotta listen to the version and see what it's like.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go do that, and then we'll see you all.
Oh wait, I gotta show my eye.
Oh yeah. You waited all this time. You can get up and okay.
It's gonna be out of focus.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us. We'll be here next week with our regular scheduled guest programming, and for the rest of the year. So thank you, and it's great to be back.
Oh wait, when are we done?
December 12th is our last show.
Okay.
We have a guest.
Kusamoto's coming in.
All right.
He's gonna
talk. We have a guest next week?
We do.
Okay.
Craig Chi and Sarah Mizell. Well, Craig and Sarah Chi, I guess you could call them.
Okay.
Cool.
Later. Take care.